Good morning, readers. Yes, so today, before we read our book for the day, I want you to take a look at this anchor chart that Ms. Jackson made for you. We are reading a book titled, What Do You Do with the Problem? Written by Kobi Yamada and illustrated by Ms.Jackson. But as we're reading, or when we get to the end of the reading, I want us to really think about what we're left with. What are we left with? What does the author leave you with? What is the lesson that the author wants you to learn? So, the end of the book is often where the author wraps it all up, right? Sometimes it's the narrator, sometimes it's a character, but often, like somebody will say something at the end of the book, and those last words leave us with the message that the author wanted us to get from the story. And so that's what I want us to think about today. And so I'm just going to show you this chart again. We're going to do three things when we're done reading. We're going to reread the final words. So we're going to reread the final words. We're going to think, let's see, what am I left with? And then three, we're going to say it like a lesson. We're going to say what we learned. So we're going to reread the last words, think, what am I left with? Say it like a lesson. Okay. I'm so excited to read this book to you. It's one of my favorite books. And so, what do you do with the problem? I know you want to see the pictures, readers. So what Ms. Jackson's going to do is I'm going to read first, and then I'll show you the pictures like this. So don't worry, you will see the pictures. And the pictures in this book are actually very important. And I want you to notice as we're reading, what does the illustrator do with the illustrations? Because she does something very clever. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was there. Where is the problem? Where's the problem in this illustration? Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with the problem? I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? You see him hiding? And do you notice how the problem is getting bigger and bigger? You notice that? Yeah. What if it takes away all of my things? Oh no. He's really worried. I can tell by just the expression on his face. You see that? Take a look at it. Look at the expression there. He looks so worried. I worried a lot. I worried about what, Ms. Jackson read that too fast. Does that ever happen to you when you're reading? You read too fast and then you're like, wait, I don't even know what I just said. So what do you do when that happens? You just reread it, right? You realize like, doesn't make sense, doesn't sound good. I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this. I worried about that. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. When he says he tried to find ways to disguise himself, disguise. At first I was like, what does disguise even mean? Well, at first I had to problem solve reading that word because that was a new word for me, but I noticed disguise. And what I did, I want to show you something really quick, readers. What I did was, I want to show you. So here's the word. And so I knew that the ending sound was eyes, right? I knew that. And then I knew that the beginning sound was dis. I know that prefix, and I knew that that was an eyes because I remember when we learned that that E at the end makes the vowel say its name. So I knew it was a long I sound. I knew it was eyes. I knew it was dis. And then once I looked at the ending sound, and then I put it back to with the beginning sounds, I was able to figure out this word, disguise. But then I was like, wait a minute, what does it even mean? And I used my clues on the page. So I'm going to read it again. Tell me if you think you could figure it out. I wished I could just disappear. I tried everything. I tried to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. What are you thinking? Yeah, I think so too. I think disguise meant, well, I know that disguise means, based on the words around it, that by disguising, he was trying to look like something else, right? He didn't want the problem to see him. And I know that because first he said, I tried everything I could to hide from it. And then he says, but it still found me. And then I also used the picture clues, and I noticed that he is like trying to camouflage himself. And even though I don't know the technical like dictionary definition of disguise still, I know that it's something like he was trying to like look like something else or try to like not be recognized by the problem. But it's still. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I didn't show you, I don't think I showed you guys the pictures from the last page. So there we are. Do you see how the problem's getting worse? What do you see in the illustration that helps you see how this problem is just everywhere? It's everywhere, right? It's even in the weather now. Look at him. He's having a hard time. It's not just a cloud anymore. The cloud has erupted into rain, right? And so just when it got at its worst point, can't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. Yeah, I know I just reread the page again, but I wanted to make sure that we all had it. All right, what do you notice? What do you notice? Yeah. Do you see what he's doing? Mm-hmm. I realized I had to face it. And so, readers, notice what starts to happen with the illustrations. Notice what starts to happen with the problem. So, even though I didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. Look at that. And he's like literally tackling the problem. You guys notice that? Mm-hmm. Take that, problem. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered it had something beautiful inside. Who can tell me what's happening with the illustrations? What do you notice? Let me turn some pages so you can see how the illustrations have changed. And I want you to think about it and tell somebody next to you. And if no one's next to you, just say it out loud. What do you notice? Right? What do you notice? Yeah. Who said it? Yes. The illustrations begin to lighten up, right? They begin to brighten up because they discovered the light. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow, to be brave, to do something. Oh my goodness. And I don't even see the problem anymore. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, that's right. Remember, he tackled it and he grabbed the opportunity from inside. And now he looks like he's holding a light. It showed me that it was important to look closely because sometimes opportunities only come once. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secrets. So remember, readers, we have a strategy that we're using, right? We're looking at those last words. We're going to reread them. We're going to think, what am I left with? What do I feel? And we're going to say it like a lesson. What did we learn? So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secrets. Oh my gosh, look at those beautiful illustrations. Okay, so what are we left with? What are we left with? What are you left with? Think about it. I'm going to read those last words again. And we can do this in most of the books that we read.